Hello everybody and welcome to TTV episode 72. I'm Messina.
I'm LJ.
I'm Keeney, and this is the Skeleton Crew.
Yep. Keeney, after months of absence, you have made your resurgence on one of our videos. How does it feel to be back?
Not much different. All I did was walk out of the basement, and then I was grabbed by these guys, because Messo's so demanding and mean and horrible, and I was told to record. So, you know what, Messo, just...
You know what's funny? Is I never asked you to be a part of today's episode.
I know.
You said,
I
think I'm gonna
volunteered.
be on for one.
I know, I actually volunteered. It was weird. I can't believe I actually said that. I should have just not said anything. Now I have to deal with you two.
Well, I'm glad you did, otherwise this would be just me and LJ. Because today we have a rather small cast, which is fine. Ian was gonna be here for the first time in a while, but he had horrendous background noise in his home and had to say, you know,
Ta-ta.
can't be a part of it. By which I mean I forcefully told him, no, you cannot be a part of it.
That was mean of you.
Yep, Messo's
So anyway,
suppression continues.
Oppression neck.
how's life and such, guys?
Pretty great
So-
and such, guys.
It's interesting. It's interesting. I ran Nuparu over with an ATV a little bit ago.
That
Yes.
sounds like fun.
Your recap reviews. They have been doing quite well.
What do you mean? I was just talking about running over Nuparu.
Yes. That was in your recap review.
That it was. People didn't like that,
Was that-
though.
Did they? Did they not like it? I haven't been reading the comments. What's the reception been to that?
People
I
have got
scared
really
someone.
scary. Yeah, one person got scared. A couple other people were like, "Oh my god." And most people just didn't understand that LJ would never do that to one of his Bionicles.
One of my Bionicle
Bionicles.
sets.
What, my Bionicle? Ha!
Don't start this.
Okay, well, Keeney, what's been up with you as of late?
Not a whole lot. Running around doing PR stuff, crying myself to sleep, ignoring Kahi, ignoring LJ, ignoring most of
Hey.
you, playing StarCraft, occasionally writing, trying to forget some of the people that I work with are alive, and and by work with I mean have to talk to on a daily basis, but don't actually have to, but just do. And yeah.
What do you have to say for yourself to explain your absence for so long on the channel?
I have nothing to say for myself. I have to say, part of it was because I used to have a job, and then the other part of it is because I still have a girlfriend.
Yes.
And, yeah.
That will siphon the activity levels of anyone.
My life...
I remember for a while there you were trying to be on every episode of the TTV newscast,
Yup.
and that didn't end up working.
Nope. I tried.
I think that was the last time you have been on our channel besides the Chima coverage, actually. To be quite
Yep.
honest.
And if it wasn't for the fact that I just am the most unmotivated, lazy person alive when it comes to stuff for the channel, I would actually... Yeah.
You need a series
Do I?
of some
Do I really
kind.
need a series?
We can call
Well,
it... Oh, I've got it. Keeney, you can review food, and it'd be called Keeney Wines.
ha!
Really?
You're funny.
Speaking of wine, I went to BC, and guess what BC makes lots of? Wine. Yuck, yuck, yuck.
Amazing.
I know, right? Oh.
I remember back in the day we wanted you to do a library segment for the podcast.
I remember back in the day the library segment was for BZP, and the library's forum on BZP was actually good. And didn't make
I
me
remember
cringe.
BZP was actually...
How long's it been since you've been there, Kenny? What if there are actually some good people now?
Guess we'll never know.
PWER.com BZP.
You're actually going right now?
Clickety click click. Do library short stories.
City people you don't
The
recognize.
ambush. Yeah, okay, no, they're still here.
So they're the deal breaker. When the ambush goes, you come back.
Probably not even then.
Is that the case?
No, not really. The only person I recognize is Velox.
And what are your thoughts on him?
He's kind of cool, occasionally.
Okay.
And then let's look in epics. TNTOS, Toa Kane, Bones Eye, Liwalu. Oh look, these are all people I recognize. Solectoa of Shadows. Nice.
Maybe there's hope.
Yeah, but see, Meso, do you know how boring it would get to review the same couple of people over and over and over again?
What if I go back to writing? Would that inspire you to come on and mock my writing on the podcast?
You know, that would drive him away.
No, I'd probably come back just to mock Meso at every turn I possibly could. So Meso, remember that one time where you wrote this thing on this forum?
Yeah.
How about them
That would
Toa
be a source of
Kendan?
comedy
What
going.
about the Vaki
Oh.
Squad Adventure?
What about the Toa Kinda? You got something to say, punk?
How about created in response to a team created in response to me and my friends deciding to call ourselves a Toa team and not liking you in your noob state?
How about that?
Oh, noob
Okay, well, anyway, enough walking down memory lane. We'll just have to accept you'll never have a presence on our
Yep.
channel besides the
Hey,
occasional
you know what?
pop
If
up.
Noobnak comes back, I might have to make a presence on the channel just to save everyone.
He's not coming back.
Good.
So we got PM something, which is actually old news, but you know, I don't think we've ever actually talked about it. It was gaining a lot of traction there for a while. It's the BIONICLE The Legend Continues Kuso project. Now, it's my understanding, because LJ has informed me of this, it's a little late to be talking about this because apparently the Kuso project got locked
Got
or
deleted.
something.
It doesn't
Oh,
exist
even
anymore.
worse. Even worse. Okay. Well, regardless, I think we should talk about this because I told the fan that we would. Now, rather than use the link he provided, I'm going to link you that YouTube video, which is a slideshow. And Keeney probably could use that, and you too, LJ, that'd be probably best. Oh, actually, wait, this is the incorrect link.
Okay, that
Oh,
was one high-pitched
wow.
voice. Get us the right
You'll probably
link
have
now.
to-
See.
Yeah, you'll probably have
it
to let
said-
him know we talked about this.
Of course.
Yeah.
I was looking for a more high-res version because the one he sent in was kind of, how do I say,
Small.
small. Well, when in doubt, I was looking for a slideshow. I'll just go to my trusty old source for situations like these, Eurobricks.
You're kidding me.
Yep, this one's better. Very comprehensive topic on it. So basically, this was a fan-made sub-theme created by this dude, King of Ninra, all the way back in January 2012. So it's been over a year since this was created. And it consists of 6 small sets, 6 canister sets, and 1 large set. So basically a feasible outline of sets for Bionicle's return if this was approved. What the heck is that?
That was... I had to plug in my mic. Sorry.
Okay. So the small sets are Perlan, Zaran, Dizalk, Nireta, Metis, and the most convoluted name I
Heraclix.
think I've ever seen, Zeraclix.
It's Zeraclix.
These are small sets which use a mixture of systems. They're like basically Avtorin, but they use HF 1.0 torsos with some interesting armor choices.
That Metis.
I think they all pretty much work and look like feasible small sets back with the old system, except for Metis.
Yeah.
I don't like Metis. I didn't like him as a character, and I don't like him here.
I
Metis is
especially do not like him here.
he's kinda
The flipped torso is not to my liking.
well, you know, Meso, the flipped torso makes him look like a Solarian from the right angle, but
To be
Really?
perfectly honest, I do have to applaud the guy who made these, because these are very feasible Bionicle looking sets. Like, I can see
Yeah.
Lego doing some of these things,
Me
probably with
too.
like new molds and
Yeah.
like a little bit different thingamabobs here and there, and probably some
Malum-
different characters.
Yeah.
But
Malum is
these do look
interesting.
very feasible.
They do. Especially the small sets. The bigger sets still, I think, look mostly feasible, but there's a
Oh.
couple of them that are a bit eh.
Or
I was
Day
actually thinking the
looks-
larger sets look more feasible than the smaller ones.
It depends.
I can't see them making JSOC.
Well,
I'm
okay,
just saying.
well, come on, some of them. I mean,
Yeah.
let's face it. Some of them.
Well,
I can't really say them. I can't see them making Shinra either. Look at that torso design and those
Yeah.
shoulders.
Let's be honest.
Kabrua
Well, I
is
don't
just
know.
a modified. Oh God, I can't even remember
I
what
think it's
they're called.
Kabura. I think he misspelled Vorox,
Yeah, Laura.
which is literally what he is in the Bionicle story. He's the big bad Vorox, I believe, unless I'm mistaken, Elja.
Like in the serials, yeah.
Yeah.
Well then.
And I think that looks like a pretty fair representation of an upgraded Vorox, although missing the trademark armor on the upper arms and legs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It looks more civilized, which actually is perfect, because that's what Kabura is.
Yeah.
How about Morendar, guys?
Let's save him for later. Shinra is a bit eh. My only flaws are the torso and the shoulders, but I see what he was going for, and it kind of works.
I
But
can see
there are
they
better
could do that.
wings. I guess. Yeah.
I can see them doing
Yeah.
that because they've done something
Yeah.
similar before. In
Yes,
the
they
terms
have.
of simplicity, Hukimari.
Yeah. I guess I shouldn't put anything past him.
Yeah.
Ord looks pretty standard, but also something I could totally see happening.
Yeah, I agree.
JSOC, no, that torso armor.
That would never happen.
But I appreciate the concept. I actually really like Kopaka. I really like Kopaka.
I like Kopaka. Yeah, I just like Kopaka. I'd like him more if the other Toa were there.
Definitely. I don't know why he's there and they're not.
Probably because he's the only
Malum.
Toa that has, like, he's like almost center focus of one of the serials.
That's true. Malum looks great. Not as Malum. You
Yeah.
know? The
Yeah.
colors are off.
I
But
just,
that's just because of LDD.
I'm not exactly sure I like it, to be perfectly honest. Definitely not as Malum.
There are things I don't like the shoulders and the particular trans red color and the head. But the legs I like. The torso is Malum-ish, bulky and whatnot, and it kinda keeps that same tone. And the claws are claws, but with the HF system.
Yeah.
Had this been an actual mock rather than LDD, it probably would look better.
Yeah.
And then the big one, Marinder. This is not how I would picture Marinder to look.
I picture Miranda as, I'll be perfectly honest, silver.
I
Me too.
don't even know who Morendar is.
Not the color, the mock.
Oh,
Lol.
yeah, I can see that.
To be perfectly
Silver.
honest,
For those that don't know, silver is the actual name of the creation that was used to inspire the drone in the Hero Factory TV show. It was made by Var from our
Yeah.
podcast.
Our Var. Var here.
Yes.
Wasn't
And
it
if he was
actually
here, he'd be flipping out right now because we're
Almost
mentioning
a-
it.
carbon copy? Anyways.
They changed a couple
Oh,
things,
okay.
and obviously they had to upscale it for the sake of the show.
Oh, okay.
But
For the most
Yeah,
I don't
part,
even know who
it's more or less
Morendar is,
99%.
so
Elden Talkini Humor Endures.
Mirender was basically in the serials as a failsafe created by the Great Beings in the instance that the Toa ever went rogue, per se, similar to like the Element Lords. Or the Batera. They were afraid that the Toa were going to go rogue and start mass killing everyone, so they made Mirender as a failsafe to kill Toa specifically.
Well then.
Yup. And in the serials, he got unleashed.
Well,
Or
not really
something.
unleashed, more like he broke out because there were so many Toa that arrived on Spherus Magna.
Yeah.
Well then.
So,
As a set, I would not put it past Lego to make it. It looks very much like something they would make. I love how the legs look, actually.
yeah.
I don't like anything else. I'll be completely honest. I don't like the arms. They're too gappy. I don't like the torso. It's very disproportionate.
Yeah.
And I don't like the head. But at the same time, I can kind of see it working for Mirender.
Yeah.
Only slightly.
Yeah. Overall, I could see this working. I would rather some
This is
actual,
feasible.
like, canon characters to replace Perlan, Ziran,
Perlan.
Zeralix,
Zeraclix.
Zeraclix, and Shinra, and Jasoc.
Jason.
Replace all of those and give them either canon characters or just kind of more fitting characters that seem a little bit more purposeful. And I
But
think it would
LJ,
work.
if they were gonna reboot Bionicle like this would be what they need to do. Mix of new and old. I'd like for it to be a little less lopsided, though. We've got a Vorox, a Glatorian, two Toa, and a Gordy, and a Matoran,
Yeah.
and then Mirender. And then if all the others are new, what they could, should, and probably would do if Bionicle came back was they'd have like smaller sets, and they'd be a mix of some of the older Toa turned Turaga, and then all the new characters would be the larger canister bag, whatever, box sized, and they'd carry the story forward. But anyway, as far as Kuso projects go, this is the only one to date that has formed a concise, this is an idea for how Bionicle could be brought back, submitted it, and it got a decent amount of support, but nowhere near enough to achieve viability. And then it was deleted, apparently, so there's that.
Yeah.
Keeney, what do you think? And then we'll move on.
I don't know. It's the thing is with all these Kuso projects is I find it hard to take any of them seriously when people it starts making people look desperate no matter how well thought out or how well done it is, because they're still using Kuso after it's already been put into the terms of use or whatever that it should not be used to bring back dead Lego lines or whatever the heck their wording was. It just makes people look desperate.
That's true.
And
it kind of does do that.
I just can't really take it all seriously because of that.
But at the same time, Kuso was, I guess, the only manner in which people that want to bring stuff back could actually sit down and say, rather than just spitball ideas and possible concepts, let's actually outline what could be done and submit it.
Yeah.
So for that, I respect it. The whole reason the rule was established was because there was this one project that was gaining a lot of traction, and it was Bring Back Bionicle, and that was all it was.
Yeah.
And it had no sets, no mocks, no concrete ideas, just Bring Back Bionicle.
Yeah. And
they deleted that and made the rule.
And I mean, I get why, but it's also just another thing where, yeah, okay, you can have cool mocks, but I don't see how cool mocks can make Lego bring back Bionicle as a franchise or brand or what have you in any way just because you posted it up on Kuso. That's why I myself am kind of, I'd love to get behind a lot of the groups that are saying, hey, let's bring back Bionicle, but on the other hand, I just can't because I'm a pessimist and I can't see them doing it anyways because I know I wouldn't.
You are a pessimist and a hater.
Yep.
And then speaking of Kuso, I guess while we're on this line of thought, before we move on, LJ just kindly reminded me that recently they've announced and half-released, because reviews have made its way on the internet, the Back to the Future model, which is the DeLorean, and apparently it can transform into multiple different forms from the movies,
Yeah,
which is interesting.
looking at the photos, I've seen the movies. They've done a great job replicating this all the way down to the bloody Californian license plates to Marty's
Yeah.
purple skateboard and
Yeah.
the various forms of the time machine, which look great. Very
See, this
impressed
is
with
The
this.
attention to detail is
Yeah.
stunning.
This is the kind of thing that Kuso's made for and that I can get behind, because even if, like, for the Bionicle train of thought, if people did stuff kind of like this, where they're like, okay, well, there's this really, important whatever from Bionicle, or even if it wasn't a Bionicle thing, even if it was just a really big, important thing from something else made by this with Bionicle or Technic pieces, as a way to kind of bring attention back to the old style of construction figure type of thing, I could see that working out better than just branding everything as Bionicle. Because at this point in my eyes, even if you have a really well thought out idea and really good designs and art and concepts and mocks and storyline ideas type deal, you're kind of setting yourself up for failure on Kusu and a lot of other things when you just brand it as Bionicle.
That is true.
If, honestly, people want Bionicle back, and I get it, but it'd almost be just as good to do some research or try thinking up and throwing out ideas about a completely new line along the same idea as Bionicle, but not. A more mature Hero Factory, if I may be so bold.
That would be interesting. What if rather than try to bring back Bionicle, quote unquote, people start a movement for a Bionicle-ish action figure series that will pretty much achieve the same purpose?
Yeah,
That could potentially gain traction,
I can see that happening.
but people are too devoted to the concept that it must be called this.
Well, and I mean, I get that too, because it's loyalty, right?
There's a certain brand loyalty that comes into it, and the brand name does carry weight.
But I think there's also a time where, you have to kind of sit back and look and say, is it really worth bringing back what we had when chances are it won't be as good, or chances are it won't come back to begin with?
And that truly is the crux of the debate.
Yeah.
And on that note, let's move on.
Woo!
So, basically, here's the thing. We're going to start off with BZPower and something they've done. And then in a bit, we're going to talk about some LEGO news that's coming straight out of San Diego Comic-Con. A ton of new sets have been announced and or revealed. So there's, we may as well mention them. But first, BZP, we're actually mentioning it and not in a negative light. I cannot remember how long it's been since that's happened.
Good job,
Before
BZ.
But
the
it's been
original
quite a while.
downtime. Yuck.
We're either mocking them about downtimes, we're tearing apart them in autopsies, or we're talking about how they've been hacked or brought down or something.
Yeah.
They've done something good and they deserve praise, or else there will never be any change. This is what they've done. They're announcing a new contest to celebrate BZP's anniversary. Every year around this time they do something that typically amounts to giving everyone premier member perks, so everyone gets a blog, stuff like that. But this year they're making a contest. It is Titans and Monsters Attack on BZ-KORO, I believe is the name. And as Keeney mentioned, probably inspired by Pacific Rim.
Actually, it was
somewhat.
confirmed in the topic to be inspired by Pacific Rim and something else, something of the Titans or something like that.
Okay, cool. And basically what this is, it's a monster contest. And, you know, the premise, last I checked, I'm loading up the topic so I can say exactly what they
Nice, Misso. Nice.
have. Yes.
I even have the topic up.
Okay, premise is attention all citizens of BZ-KORO. War is upon us and the time to act is now. Colossal monsters and monolithic titans are locked in an astronomical struggle for control of the city. The Suva has been destroyed, monuments crushed, beaches invaded and civilians in danger, but this is no time to evacuate. Only one side can emerge triumphant, and they're both calling on you to rise up and aid their causes. Why are they fighting? Who are their champions? How do their battles play out? What sort of epic soundtrack is playing in the background? It's time for you to step up and make history. So blah blah blah, that's cool premise, whatever. Could be a neat contest. What's the catch? This is the catch. For the first time in BZP history, it's not a specific forum-based contest. For those that don't go on BZP, they typically do different contests for each section of the forum. So we've got mock contests, we've got artwork contests, writing contests, game contests, you know, all sorts of stuff. But this go round, you can either build a mock, write a short story or comedy, draw a picture, make a movie, compose some music, create a comic, design a game, and it's all viable to be an entry. That's groundbreaking, and what that's doing is unifying the site for one specific goal. We've long talked about how BZP's fragmented. There are sections of the forum where no one really goes to or they look down upon. And the BBC forum, Bionicle-based creations, yes, I was mentioning comics.
No.
Comedies.
It's a lot more than comics and comedies. It's games, comics, comedies, music, and movies. And, yeah, that's about
Games isn't looked down upon. No one just cares enough to go there.
Yeah,
which is another thing.
Same with movies.
There are some sections of the forum where no one goes to, like music and movies and fan-created games, and there's these ones that seem to have a monopoly on the creative content because it's easier to make this type of content. It's easier to make a mock than make an animated movie. Just like it's easier, debatably so, as has been debated, but I'm on the camp that it is, to write a story than make a comic. Depending on, especially short stories and comedies, which is all that's allowed here. You can't make an epic and have it be a part of this contest, so there's that. But okay, they're doing something which people have recommended they do in the past, try and unify the site for a common goal. What is there anything else? Yes, of course there is. They just keep doing stuff right. So, okay, anyone can do anything for it, that's cool. But it also doesn't have to be Bionicle related. It doesn't even have to be Lego related if you don't want it to be. Now some would say this is a bad thing because they're opening the doors for, you know, okay, well this is a Bionicle site. Wouldn't it be better if we used this as an opportunity to gauge interest in Bionicle and have some Bionicle related works? Yes, that's valid. It would be a good opportunity. But what they're doing is that crowd who wants to do that and wants to use this as an opportunity to further Bionicle's presence in the site can, and those that don't but are still on BZP can also participate, which is going to hopefully, if this works out, do wonders for their activity levels. Because we've got a bunch of people that normally can't do anything for contests because maybe they're just around for friends. They don't have any interest in Bionicle or Lego anymore,
or
they don't want to abandon the site.
Or they just really, really want to anger everyone else.
Yeah, there's that part of the community too. We can't pretend like it doesn't exist, but I'm looking to see the best in people.
I'm looking to see the worst
now
people
they can
go.
now they can participate too. But wait, there's more. This contest has good prizes that were donated by Lego and their actual sets. Now I question the choice of a grand prize, which, according to Keeney, I didn't actually read this far in.
I have it.
Was the Star Wars set Mandalorian Starfighter?
Mandalorian Speeder.
Called?
The grand prize winner will receive
Speeder.
the new Mandalorian's The Star Wars Mandalorian speeder set worth $24.99 USD.
The interesting thing is, it contains 211 pieces and hasn't even been released yet. Gets released on August 1st. Now I checked.
Oh.
This contest goes over to August 9th, so it lasts about 20 days. And it's actually kind of funny. Wait a second. No, wait, they got the price right. But, yeah. It hasn't been released yet. But
That's a catch, yeah, but I would be more inclined to say that's a good thing and an excellent thing if the contest was going to be over before the set came out.
yeah, I could see that. But you know what? You're getting a set for free very
Yes.
early into its
And
release.
I don't believe Lego. Well, I know they've donated like prototype molds and.
Yeah,
They,
any
they've
prototype piece has
Yeah.
been given to BZ-Power by Lego.
Yeah.
And they've
But-
been involved in contests before.
Yeah, but I don't believe they've ever donated entire sets as prizes.
But, Keeney, one word, silver. Don't you remember Var got Titan Motonui?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
No,
And it was ahead of release or not, though?
way ahead of
He was
release.
he was the first person in the world to get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like a month or two before release.
Well, aside from that, that's the only time they've ever done that.
They also
But-
were supposed to give him other.
Yes.
Don't listen.
Okay.
Pretend if
So-
Var was here, he'd be freaking out right now just by you mentioning it.
But he's not.
But anyway, the other thing is, first place winners in each category will receive randomly chosen medium-sized Hero Factory bag set worth about $12.99 in the United States.
Yes. So relevance. Hooray. Now,
Yeah.
how is voting going to work here?
All right.
Are
Gotcha.
they going to
I'll have the
literally
radio
have a
on.
poll for each category?
Come in.
Each category will compete
Come in.
via public
Come in.
polls, but I'm assuming.
What was that?
Where is it?
Yeah, sure. I can do that.
Basically,
Yeah, if a member wins in more than one category, they'll be allowed
Yeah.
to choose one of their winning entries to be one of the finals, where each creative work is going to compete against one another in an epic showdown, which is going to be amazing. So wait, they must have a ton of Hero Factory sets then, because the winner per category, there's a lot of categories.
There are
8. 9 if you count
Yeah.
off topic, if they're going to do off topic as a separate
I do.
category.
They
I
probably will.
think they are. I think all the categories are listed here. I mean,
So yeah, 9
bionicle
categories.
mod system. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is pretty great. Now, who's gonna enter?
I'll-
Keeney, LJ? You guys both should enter. Come on.
Here's the thing. Not very many people who listen to this podcast know that I entered a comic contest that BZ-Power hosted and managed to win. Was it second or third? It was somewhere in
Second.
there. I got 6 months.
Second.
Okay, second. I got 6 months worth of Premier membership, and that was pretty cool. However, the second comic contest they hosted demotivated me to the degree I don't want to enter another contest, because the I think second place winner there was, in my personal outspoken opinion, garbage. Now, if anyone thinks that if anyone would like to see me enter and see what I can concoct in my head, then, post a comment saying, LJ, enter in the comics division, or LJ, enter in the comics division, or LJ, enter in the comics division. And I will enter in the comics division if enough people want me to.
I vote.
What if someone asks LJ enter in the mock competition?
Yeah, mocks or comics I can do.
I vote LJ that you make something for this contest and wait until the last minute to enter if you must.
What?
Maybe. But
Because then at least you have something if you're like, hey, I might actually
Tomorrow
have a
should
chance
work.
because there's no ridiculous
What were you asking?
joke entries in this.
No. You
Oh,
can
there's
enter
going to be.
Oh,
All.
I know there is.
Yeah.
It's
Yes,
BZ-KORO.
tomorrow at
It's a
noon.
BZ-KORO contest.
We'll work
Of
for him,
course
so
there's going to be
I'll be
joke
out there by
entries,
noon.
but that's not the point.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I'm not going to enter because those joke entries drive me up a wall because BZPower has a very dumb community at times, or dumb aspects. But, there are some good people, but there are some very rotten people that I'm not going to name, but you know who you are. Punks.
Yep. Wow, just throw out that segment in the topic. Dimensioneer versus V6. Takuda Nuva versus Narai Nui. Godzilla versus Mothra.
On the topic, the Dimensioneer versus Black 6 is struck through.
Yep. That's
I
fantastic.
kind of want to do that now.
Do it, please. Enter. I would encourage any of our fans try and enter.
TTV saves
Any of you in this
BZ-KORO.
group try and enter, because if the turnout for this contest is good, then this could encourage BZP to do more of these site-wide rallying cries in the future. And I've long since been a proponent of the belief that community integration is what's going to save them, and if they can't do that, then they're going to fail. Of course, I was looking at it from a perspective of featuring custom creations on the front page. This is just as good, if not better.
Yeah, I agree. Because the last time they tried to put up custom creations, they did it time to time, and when they put up a comic series, it was per form garbage.
Yep.
BZPower does not have a very good grasp on what good comics are. Granted, neither does
No.
Kahi Nuva, but that's another debate entirely.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
Links will be in the description.
Yeah.
yep.
So, go do it.
I
Enter,
feel like if I
enter.
enter, I should do a little cameo of the TTV studio getting crushed, possibly with LJ still inside.
Thanks. I feel that if I was going to enter, I think,
I would still be inside.
oh, I just had a great idea. No, I have a great idea that I'm not going to say in case I
dear.
actually do enter.
Okay. Well, yes. Please go encourage them and everyone enter. So next up, LEGO has had quite the presence at the San Diego Comic-Con, which is still going on, but not for much longer. They've announced a ton of stuff, but very little of it is interesting, but I'm still going to mention it because, some people will care. The biggest news to me, personally, is the fact that for the release of the LEGO movie, which will be either early or mid next year, I'm not really sure, LEGO is going to release 17 building sets and a video game. That's insane. The only themes that have reached that level of sets per wave are Ninjago and Chima, and they only achieved this because of the spinners and the speedors respectively, which served to inflate the set count. If all these are going to be actual building sets, then this is going to be a huge line.
It's all
Like double the length of the normal themes released per wave.
It's all to boost Lego's ego.
Yep. I really hope this movie's good, because if it's not, then it's just going to be another case of them just throwing a ton of money at something and hoping it sticks and it blows up in their face. Which seems to be a recurring trend, because currently, from all reports, Chima isn't doing too well. It's too early to write off the theme entirely, because the TV show hasn't premiered yet, and that's where Ninjago started to get its boost. But Ninjago's TV show was good. From the trailer, this movie looks good, so I have hope.
Yup.
They showed a picture of one set, one lone set, and it's nothing special. I'm gonna link it. It's like, I don't know what it is. It's two vehicles, and like one of them's a car, and the other's like a bike, and it's two characters from the movie, and they're being shot at by police.
Oh yeah, guns! Wait, this is Lego? No.
Yes.
Whatever happened
It
to
is
that
Lego.
no violence policy, Lego?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, I forgot. BIONICLE basically got rid of it.
Pretty much.
Good job, BIONICLE.
But my question is, if they're gonna make a video game, what the heck is it gonna be called? Is it literally gonna be called Lego the Movie the Game? Because that would be so stupid.
How about the Lego Movie game?
the movie game? I don't know how I feel about that.
I feel that so many jokes can be made off of this. If anyone like that listens to TTV has ever watched the movie Spaceballs, I think you know where you can go
God.
with this. Lego the movie, the lunchbox, Lego the movie, the cereal, Lego the movie, the flamethrower. The kids love this one. I wish someone here had seen Spaceballs.
I've seen it. What you talking about, Willis?
Good. But
Yeah.
that
If they release footage or info about the Lego Movie the Game, we will be sure to let you know.
yep. So until then,
Next up, well, you go first.
no, I was just gonna make another stupid Lego the movie, the video game, the cereal joke.
Well, just
Go on.
Okay, so next up, an equally big thing, in my opinion. 2 new Minecraft sets. I love them. I love these. The first one was okay. It was kind of good. Some people liked it. Some people didn't.
Just the basics.
Because yeah, it was pretty much the Minecraft basics. These, or more, well, the Nether is obviously the standout because there's a lot. The minifigures are more interesting. They stand out more. That's what I'm trying to say. In the village, they're just a zombie, a villager, and a pig, which, by the way, is masterfully done. And those are very interesting, but the Nether is what's drawing everyone's
That
attention,
pig.
really.
I feel that the zombie is the worst of these.
Oh yeah, it's not just the worst of these, it's the worst one they've made.
Yeah.
Why on earth did they have to put that lime green piece there? In fact, why does the grass have to have random pieces of lime green?
Because it just does.
Well, Marcel, you see, grass
Grass is
lime
green.
times. I guess you could say the grass
Why-
is liming to you. Ooh.
Why is that pig only 2 pieces, Meso?
It's accurate enough.
Yeah, I like
Look.
the pig. I love
pig is
the
I know, the
gas.
pig is
Gas.
great.
The villager is also another thing which I felt they conveyed perfectly. It couldn't be done any better. And the pigman, some people are criticizing the sword arm, but I think it's ingenious for that scale of a figure. It was the best they could have possibly done, and it conveys the look very well. But yeah, the ghasts are the standout for me. They look fantastic.
Yup.
Perfect printing. They're very complex.
They're
The legs, I just noticed, they have that look going for
if
them
the
too.
the only thing that they should have done was had one of the ghasts have the angry face.
Oh, well, maybe it's double-sided printing.
Well, maybe, I suppose. But then, well, because it's one piece, it's like one big 4x or 2x2
Yeah.
piece. You'd have to kind of flip the entire ghast around, so I don't think they double printed. But
Yeah. I just love how the Nether's done, period, because they've got, there's bedrock, I spy,
I spy
soul
some I s-
sand, gravel.
I spy some glowstone.
Oh, where do you see glowstone?
It's right in the corner. Bottom left corner. The transparent.
Is that glowstone? I thought that was lava.
I think that's glowstone because it's transparent and not on the bottom with the lava.
That's true, I guess. And then do they have any nether quartz?
I don't think so, unless it's way in the back
Oh.
there, and because there's something back there that I can't see.
Yeah, because here's the thing, these sets, there's only one chunk featured here, but they're going to release it with 4 different chunks. that are connected
Well,
together,
then.
and they're all built differently.
Yeah, there may be.
So who knows what stuff.
Well, there's definitely
is hidden.
fire, I think, is what's in the very back dark corner that you can barely see.
Yeah, and of course, what they have featured there is a nether fortress. So the stuff in there, will they have soul sand? Will they have,
Well then,
fences? Will they have
interesting.
nether wart? What will they
I
have?
don't know.
I love it. And yeah, that's that. Alder, what do you think about the nether?
Nether, I feel it's fantastic. It's honestly, if these Minecraft sets weren't too highly priced, I'd definitely look into getting some.
I'm not into system, price or not. I'm gonna wait for a sale. One day, I'm getting the nether.
I feel that I'm obliged to get at least like one of these days. And you know what? I should issue this as a personal challenge to anyone listening. Someone needs to take this Minecraft Lego style, make the island of Matnui in this scale, using this
dear.
style. If someone
That would be
does
the
that,
best.
not only would I personally pay them for it if it is of high quality, but I would like send them so many DVD copies of signed Biocraft movies. They'd have no idea what to do with them.
If anyone ever does that, we will promote the heck out of you on this channel until your name is big.
I have a better
Yeah.
idea.
That's my
I
promise.
have a better idea.
What
If
is
anyone
your
ever
better
does that, throw it on Kusu.
idea? Yeah, that would be perfect for Kuso, actually.
Actually, that would.
That's your
That
bring
is
Bionicle back
fantastic.
right there.
I've given you all an idea. All I ask is that you make it, and you remember the people who made you the big name, aka
And
me.
and spread it around, because the amount of people that will hear it at the 49-minute mark in a TTV episode will be slim. So please spread the word.
If you've
We may
gotten
have to
this
make a
part,
separate video for this.
yeah,
at
if you've
some
gotten
point.
this part, I want you to put into the comments Lego Minecraft Matanui Island. Then we'll know.
Micro scale.
Yeah. Then we'll
Okay.
know who you are.
So anyway, more news. Second to last, they revealed 2 more new sets. One from Star Wars, so whatever. It's the what is this thing called? It's the ATAP Walker, and it looks pretty
Oh,
shway.
They actually made one of those.
You know what it is?
Yeah.
I don't know anyone who
Okay.
would like that.
Nope, not at all.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, and then they have announced one of the new Hobbit sets
Oh,
for
wow.
the new movie, The Desolation of Smog.
Lols.
And it's the Hobbit Lake Town chase.
Lols.
And it looks pretty shway. Mini boat.
That is pretty shway.
What else? They released a bunch of exclusive minifigures, which Vin already showed in his eBay video, so I'm not going to rehash that. There's an excellent Spider-Man print, which Venom was initially under the assumption it was going to be made into a set,
It's
or
not.
rather released in sets. It is not. Comic-Con exclusive Spider-Woman, who I didn't even know existed. What's his name? Black Suit Superman, and then some other dude.
Oh yeah,
who I
Black
don't
Suit
know.
Superman, the Green Arrow. Green Arrow.
Yeah, Green Arrow. Okay. Yeah, there's that. And then finally, this was just revealed, not at San Diego Comic-Con, but on Brickset. The next series of our favorite collectible minifigures from Lego has been revealed, and these minifigures are something else. You've got to look at them.
Alright, let's see this. We have... Do you mind if I...
Nope.
You don't? Okay.
Nope.
We have the... what appears to be Arnold Schwarzenegger, who has returned to the role of Conan. A scarecrow with a pitchfork. A German
With a pretzel.
with a pretzel. A robot that looks suspiciously like RoboCop. A
Tiki mask.
No.
wearing-
I'm trying to remember how it's actually pronounced, but forgive me for this. A Maori citizen.
Maori.
Mari.
Yeah, a Maori citizen. The gingerbread man from Shrek.
I love that gingerbread man to death.
An
I want
elf.
that.
What appears
With
to
presents.
be... What?
It's with presents, and it's Frost Beast.
It's the
Yeah, Frost
no,
Beast.
it's the abominable snowman from Monsters Inc.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
Frost
you go.
Beast minifig scale.
What appears to be a very misplaced bike rider
No, he's a mountain
with that
climber.
helmet.
Mountain climber.
A welder. An alchemist from Minecraft. See? She's got a bottle of experience and... Okay, no. Someone from
Meso.
the Blues
It's
Brothers.
Meso.
I love that. I love that figure so much.
It's totally Meso.
What appears to be a waitress.
With ice
And
cream.
rollerblades.
Hilariously out of scale ice cream.
And
And rollerblades.
then, I know that some of the others would make some comparisons to a...
It's Elena!
But I'm going to go
Elena
ahead
in
and
50
say it
years.
is an older citizen of the community with her trusty cat.
Elena in 50 years.
A British police officer, and finally what seems to be the robot from the Jetsons.
It's Junkbot's wife.
Yeah.
Anybody remember Junkbot?
Yes, everyone remembers Junkbot.
Good.
I don't.
Damn it, LJ.
I think this is one of their better line of collectible minifigures.
This
There's
looks
so much
different.
unique stuff here.
Yeah.
Anyway, that about wraps it up for today's episode of TTV. We've had a ton of stuff. This has been interesting. If only some of the others had been here to share in the interesting news. But alas, their loss.
Yep.
We thank you all for listening. If you listen this far in, comment about that Motunui Island, if you would be so kind, and someone do it. Like, share, rate, favorite, subscribe, etc., etc. And we hope you enjoyed, and we'll continue to enjoy our content, and be sure to check out all the other videos we released this week.
And if you skipped
Because we did
past
release quite a few.
everything that Meso just said and didn't end the video, that's cool too.
Yes. I'm Messina,
I'm LJ.
I'm Keeney.
and this has been TTV episode 72.
Skeleton Crew.
Thank you all. Yeah, Skeleton Crew. Thank
72,
you all
the
for
Skeleton
listening,
Crew.
and-
It's fun for me and
And see
somewhat you.
you next time.
Adios.